How's it going, Nate?
Good.
Really good pass blocking last week. You also caught a couple of passes. Did they tell you before the game, like, we're going to make more of an emphasis toward throwing you the ball before Tennessee?
I had a couple plays in that were designed for, me being the first read. But, it was never really designed to, just go to me every single time. It just so happened, they let me open and I just made a play.
Nate, over here. Sorry. No, you're good. I guess, obviously, I know you've played some fullback this year and been in the backfield a little bit, but I guess this week, what was it kind of like, adding something in the pass protection game, at least from the backfield? And I guess what was it, how do you feel like it kind of worked for you guys as well?
Yeah, it's a very similar offense to what I was in, at ETSU. So, the transition with that, with all the protections, because I was in protection a lot at ETSU. So, coming in here and when they asked me to do that out of the backfield with, Marshawn and CBS down, I was ready to do it. And they coached it well, throughout the week. And I picked up on it pretty quick. So, it was a good transition for me.
Nate, obviously, back-to-back top 10 teams that you guys are facing. How do you bottle up what you had Saturday night and keep it moving forward towards this rivalry game?
Yeah, you just got to come in and work every day at practice. We had a good practice out there today. It was a good start to the week, and we just got to keep stringing together good practices, and just focus on us and just doing our job.
Nate, you more of an inside zone power back, or do you lob?
I'll do whatever they tell me to do. I'll run outside zone, inside zone. I don't care.
And I guess offensively, obviously, by far the best performance of the year for you guys. What do you guys have to do to take that and maybe bottle it up and bring it with you to Clemson? What does that look like this week?
Yeah, like I said, we just got to show up, do what Coach Sad is coaching us to do, whatever he calls, we just go out there, do our job, and execute to the best of our abilities. And, you see what we're capable of. So, as long as we just do our job, control what we can control, we'll be all right.
Nate, as a coach's kid growing up all over, when did you first hear about the USC-Clemson rivalry? And, if you were an out-of-state kid at that time, did you realize the importance of it, or did you have to wait till you got here?
It was more last year when my dad got here. I kind of, I always knew it was a rivalry because, it was in-state. But, when my dad got here last year, I definitely, became more familiar with it as that week came on. So, yeah.
What stands out to you about Clemson's defense?
Their front seven is really, really good. Every single defensive lineman, could be playing in the NFL as well as their linebackers. They fly around. They're very athletic. They're very big. They play hard and they play, with a lot of emotion and a lot of physicality. So we're just going to have to match that, bring the intensity and just do our job.
Nate, is the Spencer Rattler we saw against Tennessee, is that what you guys have seen almost every day in practice, and we're just kind of surprised that you weren't seeing that in games, or what?
No. We always know that he has the capability and the talent to have games like that, and it was just so happens that day, there was just something that was going for us, and it just, it just kept going. We were all just, clicking and all just doing our jobs and executing, as good as possible.
You've been in the tight end room with Jaheim all year, but what have you seen from him as a running back, especially kind of maybe lead blocking for him a little more this last week on his carries?
Yeah, he runs really hard. He's 6'3", 230, and runs like a running back, runs like a tight end. He's a big dude, and, he's very physical, and he's very passionate whenever he has the ball in his hand. And, it's just always somebody, you want to block as good as possible for.
Nate, what's that feeling like when an offense is clicking the way it was clicking on Saturday night?
I don't know. That was a really cool feeling. It felt like we couldn't be stopped. It was pretty cool. Just running to the end zone every single time to celebrate for a touchdown. And I'm on punt team, so we only had to punt like once. So that was pretty cool. Not only having to cover like one kick. So that was pretty cool. We were scoring touchdowns, and it's really fun just having Willie B blowing up like that and fireworks going off all the time. It was a really cool feeling.
And you guys were in a similar position in terms of you guys were ranked a couple weeks ago, coming off a 4-game win streak. You had a spotlight on you. This week you have a spotlight after that win. What did you learn about yourself and this team going through that, and how do you caution against maybe some of the embracing the spotlight like maybe you did a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, you can't really focus on that. You just got to go out and just do your job, go out there and execute. Just put the ball down like Coach Beamer says, put the ball down and just go play, no matter what the circumstances are, if we won last week how we did, or, we lost last week, it's still, next game and, next opportunity to go out there and play.
Hey, man, sorry for a similar question, but, obviously Gamecock fans are ecstatic right now, but also wondering where in the heck that offensive performance came from, right? Saturday. Where did that come from, and what was the difference between Saturday and maybe some of the other weeks where you guys struggled?
Yeah, I think we were good on first down. We didn't have too many penalties. I mean, we still had penalties, but, I think we were just staying ahead. Ahead of the sticks. And, we were just executing, and our playmakers were making plays, we had a lot of 50-50 balls, and our receivers came down with a lot of them. And, Spencer was pretty unstoppable. He was making all the throws, making all the reads. And, that's just what this offense is capable of when everybody's clicking and firing on all cylinders.
They kind of do that. What is it? I guess what does that do for you guys? Maybe confidence-wise. Maybe this is a little general, but what does that do for you guys confidence-wise when you do have a game like that where you see everything click, everything's working? Does that do anything for you guys going into the rest of the season? Obviously this week, a bowl game, and whatever kind of comes after that.
Yeah, you definitely get a little, type of swagger from that game. You get a little confidence boost, but at the end of the day, it's next game, next man up. Clemson has a really good defense, and so we're gonna have to bring our A game, and everybody's gonna have to do their jobs, to the best of their ability.
You guys went for it on fourth down pretty early in that Tennessee game. When Beamer and Satterfield opt to do something like that, what does that say in terms of confidence in the offense to be out there and do that? And how did that maybe parlay into some of the offensive confidence you guys gained throughout the game?
Yeah, it was a point of emphasis, going into that game that, on our fourth and mediums, 4th and 5 and less, that, we were going to go for it most of the time. And, whenever we got in that circumstance, literally, I think, it was the first drive, and we actually did go for it. And we made it. It was 4th and 1, and then we jumped and we got moved back. 4th and 6, and we still converted. We still went for it. I think it was just it was like a tone setter for the rest of the game.
Nate, I just wanted to ask, how's your dad doing?
He's good. He's good.
Everything
Appreciate
fine?
it. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all.